Hello, everyone. Welcome to Learning TV. Today, we will take a look on some famous Korean food. Have fun and enjoy. First of all, let's have a look at bibimbap. Bibimbap is a very well-known Korean meal that you may already be familiar with. The word bibi refers to mixing, and the noun bap denotes rice. Warm white rice is used to make bibimbap, which is then topped with gochujang, chili pepper paste, soy sauce, sautéed and seasoned veggies or kimchi, are traditionally fermented vegetables. Sliced meat, usually beef, and an egg, either raw or fried, are frequent additions. Just before serving, the hot meal is carefully mixed. Bibimbap comes in a variety of forms based on the ingredients. In addition to spinach, soybean sprouts, and jim, common vegetables used in bibimbap include cucumber, courgette, radish, mushrooms, bellflower root, and bracken fern stems. Tofu, either plain or sautéed, or a leaf of lettuce may be added. Beef may also be replaced with chicken or seafood. Vegetables are frequently arranged for aesthetic appeal in groups of complementary colors. Sesame oil, gochujang, and sesame seeds are added to the South Korean version. The ingredients for the bibimbap meal, which is served as a single dish and eaten with chopsticks and spoons, are beef, rice, sesame oil, vegetables, and gochujang. Due to its rich contents, the meal offers distinctive nutrition and flavor that are merged with appealing colors. Additionally, the ingredients are low in calories, making them a good diet option. A sufficient amount of fiber, carbohydrates, and protein is provided by the mix of vegetables, grains, fermented sauces, and meat. By blending together a variety of ingredients, bibimbap develops into a special dish that represents the balance and harmony found in Korean culture. Next, let's have a look at Dak-galbi. Dak-galbi, also known as spicy stir-fried chicken, is a common Korean meal cooked by stir-frying marinated diced chicken with sweet potatoes, cabbage, perilla leaves, scallions, rice cake, and other ingredients in a gochujang-based sauce. Galbi, which means rib in Korean, Dak-galbi, however, is not exactly a chicken rib. Round hot plates are frequently integrated onto the tables of Dak-galbi eateries. Wrapped vegetables include lettuce and perilla leaves. This meal was created from grilled chicken pieces, a cheap side dish served with outside of chuncheon. It took the place of the more expensive meals that were roasted over charcoal. In Chuncheon's major districts, where the livestock sector was prospering and provided fresh ingredients that didn't require refrigeration, Dak-galbi spread. It became well liked by soldiers and poor students since it was a dish that was reasonably priced and served in huge servings. It is a specialty of the Chuncheon region and is sometimes referred to as Chuncheon Dak-galbi. Chuncheon, where there is also a Dak-galbi alley with many Dak-galbi restaurants, hosts an annual festival specifically for this dish. Next, let's move on to another food. One of the most well-liked Korean meals sold on the streets of Korea is tteokbokki. White, long, cylinder-shaped rice cakes in small sizes are used to make tteokbokki. Among the items frequently used in dishes with tteokbokki include fish cakes, boiled eggs, and scallions. Gochujang, a hot chili paste, can be used to season it, or ganjang, a soy sauce-based sauce, which is not as hot. It is delicious, sweet, spicy, and chewy while still being satisfying. Thank Think of it like a hot gnocchi or a savory mochi if you've never had it before. Tteokbokki is typically bought and consumed at snack bars, as well as street stalls. Additionally, there are tteokbokki-specific restaurants. Due to the availability of pre-packaged, semi-dehydrated rice cakes, this meal is also a favorite among home cooks. Kimchi. Kimchi is a common side dish in Korea made from fermented and salted vegetables such napa cabbage and Korean radish. Gochugaru, Korean chili powder, spring onions, garlic, ginger, and jeotgal are just a few of the flavors used. Salted seafood. Various soups and stews also contain kimchi. It is served as a side dish with practically all Korean meals because it is a staple food in Korean cooking. There are countless varieties of kimchi, all made primarily using various veggies. To avoid freezing during the winter and to maintain a cool temperature that would inhibit the fermentation process throughout the summer, traditional winter kimchi, also known as kimjang, was kept underground in massive ceramic fermentation pots known as ongji. The pots are additionally maintained outside on particular terraces known as janggukdae. Modern society uses kimchi refrigerators in the home increasingly frequently. Although kimchi has long been a part of Korean culture, earlier versions were not particularly spicy. Garlic and chili pepper are not mentioned in the earliest kimchi records. Ravoki is a type of tteokbokki, stir-fried rice cakes, with added ramyun noodles. It is a common street meal found in snack bars. Fish cakes and cooked eggs are frequently included, as they are in other tteokbokki meals. Gochujang may be substituted with cream sauce or chili sauce made in the West. Chili paste. Many Koreans enjoy eating ravoki, particularly young people. It is quite a full snack at a reasonable price and has a spicy, tasty, and addicting flavor. Most likely, that is why it is well liked. Korean rice cakes, ramen noodles, Korean fish cakes, cabbage leaves, hot gochujang sauce, and hard-boiled eggs are the usual components of ravoki. However, some people also include deep-fried seaweed spring rolls and Korean instant dumplings, and these are delicious together. Additionally, some folks might decide to substitute chewy noodles for ramen noodles. Some people even supplement the sour gochujang sauce with Korean ramen seasoning powder. Sliced cheese is another component that might be added. In South Korea, patak, a sort of stuffed pancake, is a common street dish. It was first introduced to Korea from China during the 19th century and has its roots in Korean Chinese cuisine. Wheat flour, water, milk, sugar, and yeast are the ingredients used to make patak dough. Several hours are given for the dough to rise. This firm dough is formed into balls the size of a fist and filled with a delicious filling that may include brown sugar, honey, chopped peanuts, cinnamon, and honey. The filled dough is then placed on an oiled griddle and flattened into a sizable circle while cooking. This is done with a stainless steel circle and wooden handle. It is commonly agreed that the Chinese merchants who came to Korea in the late 19th century and stayed there produced and sold patak at low costs, which helped the dish become popular throughout the country. Pataks typically have sweet fillings, in contrast to many Chinese pancakes, which frequently have savory meat fillings, to accommodate Koreans' gastronomic preferences. Commercially prepared dry patak mix is offered in plastic packets in South Korea. Additionally, the mix includes a filling made of brown sugar and ground peanuts or sesame seeds. Patak is usually eaten during the winter season due to its high sugar content. Range of fried chicken dishes developed in South Korea referred to as Korean fried chicken, or chicken as it is known there. Fried chicken is eaten as a dinner, an appetizer, or a snack after meals in South Korea. Before and after being fried, the chicken is typically seasoned with spices, sugar, and salt. Small to medium-sized birds are frequently used in Korean fried chicken restaurants. The meat from these younger chicks is more delicate. After frying, the chicken is typically hand-painted with sauce using a brush to coat it thinly and uniformly. Korean fried chicken is frequently served with pickled radishes and a fizzy beverage. popular Korean stew called budae-jjigae, or army hot sausage stew, is cooked with ham, sausage, spam, baked beans, kimchi, instant noodles, and gochujang. The dish was made utilizing leftover or smuggled food from American military bases not long after the armistice that ended the Korean War. Although the dish was created during the post-war period of destitution, it remained popular during the period of tremendous expansion and remains so now. The most well-known army stew restaurants can be found on Uijeongbu's Budae-jjigae Street, which is also where the meal is said to have first been prepared. The meal is currently a well-liked comfort food served for many Koreans for supper. It is prepared in a large pot on the table in front of the guests. South Korea experienced a food shortage following the Korean War. People who live close to U.S. Army bases frequently purchase canned baked beans and processed meats like ham, hot dogs, and spam as well as other surplus goods from the bases. It's reported that Army stew originally consisted of a buttery stir-fried dish with canned pineapple, cabbage, onions, American cheese, and processed pork. Later, anchovy broth seasoned with gochujang and kimchi was added to make the stew we know and love today. In South Korea, budae-jjigae, or soldier stew, remains a favorite dish. At this time, baked beans, Vienna sausage, bacon, tofu, pork, ground beef, mandu, instant noodles, macaroni, rice cakes, American cheese, mozzarella, minari, scallions, chili peppers, garlic, mushrooms, and other in-season vegetables are common components. Lastly, we have Korean barbecue grill meat. While American barbecue mostly has a smoky flavor focusing on vinegar-based sauces, Koreans prefer more savory sweet marinades. Sesame oil, sugar, soy sauce, garlic, and honey are the components that are utilized the most frequently in this meal. Some of them are specific to Asian cuisine because of their geographic location, such as sesame and soy sauce. Small, tender meats like beef tongue, beef short ribs, pig belly, and chicken are frequently used in Korean barbecue. Big chunks of meat like brisket, whole chickens, pig butts, pork ribs, and large steaks like sirloin and ribeye may be used in American barbecue.